Okay, trying again with the volume turned up a little bit. Wah, 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 wah. Can I get myself to talk, please? Because that's really the loudest part of this game is the talking. I am playing a malefactor, as you can see. I always play malefactor. Malefactors are the outcasts of this world. All right. I guess I should just go. Hello, everybody. This is Alice the Dragon, and I've been wanting to show you this game for so long. This is Vintage Story. And I have heavily modded this. I added dinosaurs, so that'll be exciting. Oh, and our first temporal rift right there. So spooky. Laggy. It makes me lag out. Oh dear. The problem. Yeah, I don't think temporal rifts and recording mix very well. Bitter bullet. Not tasty. I do need some sticks. Ah, did you know that I played Minecraft back when it was in the alpha going on beta stage? Yeah, back in 2010. Ooh, worm. Give me that worm. These are no good. Toss them in the river. Yes, I added rivers too. And this is what I wanted Minecraft to be. When I first got Minecraft, I was just like, oh my god, I get to explore a randomly generated outdoor space, and it's gonna be cool. Oh wow, that's a hay of a tower. So, yeah. So we are going to have ourselves an adventure. This will be fun. Hey, knock knock. Hey, who are you? Haven't seen you around before. You just wake up? I might still be dreaming. Ha! This ain't a dream, stranger. At least not one you'd like to be in. The air, the sun, the fields, how can it be real? I can see it, friend. It's real, but it's treacherous. Demons stalk the land, and the world itself shifts. Oh, what's your name? Kind of you to ask, traveler. It's Farhad. Got anything to trade? Well, I can't buy anything right now, but ooh, if I find cranberries, that'll be very good. Same with blueberries. I am not selling peat. Peat is too precious. So I have been playing around with this game mode that I think you guys will like. With well, you're gonna see, but essentially, I'm keeping hot. I got the sneezes. I'm gonna keep my inventory, but whenever I die, I go way far away, and that's no good. That'll be fun. Oh, and if I do this, and well, I guess it's not doing the clicking sound. I do have the auto waypoints thing on, but because I have the map turned off, it's not gonna matter. So that's fun. Here's some peat already. My teeth are wiggling in my mouth. I think I got a touch of scurvy. Yeah, that's no good. Feels weird. I want to sell these blueberries. So let's see. I need to make a knife. Preferably with flint. There we go. Let's get a knife going on. Knock that out of the park. So Vintage Story was actually, if I'm remembering right, is the creator or creators behind Terra Firma Craft, which was 100% one of my favorite mods ever, and it's very much got the same feel. Back when I was playing Minecraft on a regular basis, I almost exclusively played either Terra Firma Craft or that Pokemon one. One of these days, I might get my hands on Pal World and just see how that is, because I know that's kind of, yeah, that had a bit of a blow up recently. I don't know if I haven't heard a lot of people freaking out about it lately, so I don't know if it's still a thing or what. Obviously it's still a thing, but it is really nice when indie games just kind of show the entrenched game developer companies that you don't have to be big to be good. I need some more wattle canes, and these willows are actually really, the willow leaves are actually really tasty, so those are good to have. Nom nom nom. Yeah. And let's see. Like Vintage Story is absolutely my favorite game now, and I hope that they continue to develop and become even more popular as time goes on. Because, the awesome sauce. I want everybody to experience the awesome sauce. I guess that's why I'm doing this Let's Play, is because I want to share, this beautiful world. I will definitely include in the description of this video, all of the mods and a copy paste of the game settings, so that if you feel inspired by this particular game mode, I guess you could call it, challenge mode, I don't know, then you can play it yourself. So yay, isn't that fun? All right, let's sell these blueberry. Actually, let's make a hand basket, and then we'll sell some blueberries. Boop. Ooh, I can make 2. Perfect. I need many hand baskets. All right, I'm gonna put the worm in there. I'm gonna put the peat in there. Dick. Cattails. Cattails are precious right now. All right. I want to sell you some blueberries, guy. Hello. Hello, Farhad. Oh, he doesn't want my willow leaves. Alright. What have I got to trade? I have... I'm gonna eat 2 of them. Put the 2 blueberries in the 8 slot because I'm gonna eat it. And... yeah, that's good. Put the leaves in there. Earthworm can move. Oh, yeah. So those guys right over there, the big blue thing swimming in the water, yeah, those are terrifying. Actually, everything in this game is terrifying. You've got wolves, you've got bears, and at least you don't have, unless you're playing on a multiplayer server, you don't have corporate executives. So there's that at least. Yeah, like this is actually a really good starting area. I will definitely be settling here. I'm gonna build a house next to this trader, and it'll be good. Yeah. I should probably get an axe at some point. Ooh, there's a cave here. Hello? Maybe I can live in the cave. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Um, Here's a nifty little trick I figured out. So let's say you have a pond like this. Now, one thing that ponds are really good for is fish. And fish will just, they'll spring up in areas like these. And they kind of have a little bit of a difficult time figuring out how to go, they'll get swept down a current like this, but they won't know how to go back upstream. So if you just take out the dirt or the sand or what have you, I like to kind of open up around the end like this. Because, yeah. And they'll just get swept down, and they'll end up on the ground, and they'll go, oh no, I'm a fish out of water, oh no. And then you can eat them, which is great. It's a wonderful source of protein, and you really don't have to do much. It's kind of the equivalent of a mob grinder from Minecraft. I guess we can call it a fish grinder. I don't know if anybody else is doing this trick, but I just figured it out. And it's been very, very helpful. This will be a good area to do panning in, actually. Because there's all this sand right here. Alright. So. Cave. Oh, this is perfect. Oh, this is like the best little cave I could ask for. Because, I'm a dragon. Dragons like caves. Caves are great. Alright, so let's just get started with just a very basic little that. Gonna need grass. I like to use grass for the door just because it's easy to knock out and put back in. And actually, I highly recommend keeping a stack of hay bales in your inventory. Like, they're a pain to get, especially if all you have is a knife at the time. But they're easy to put down, they're easy to pick up. I think I'm gonna make one more fish grinder. Just to, maximize my chances of getting fish out of this pond. Fish will appear when I'm far away, which is the only caveat. So I will have to go exploring if I want to catch any fish. There we go. This'll do. Perfect. Ah, this is such a good start. This is amazing. It's so nice being able to just, exist. I'm sure that many of you are just as frustrated with existing as I am. Oh, shoot. We got a whole bunch of drifters. That's no good. I think I would just walk this way for a little bit. Yeah, let's go away from the area that's full of drifters. not having the, whatchamacallit, the map. Yeah. I was spoiling myself. I had the, mod that shows you the, critters on the map. Yeah, I was kind of justifying it to myself by being like, well, yeah, call it my sense of hearing. Or sense of smell, maybe. I don't know. But, that really is not... I just whacked myself in the face with the axe. Ain't that fun. Alright, let's get some cordage going. Na-na-na. It is so very nice having a crafting grid, because that's one thing about Minecraft is, like, you have to craft, you have the 2x2 grid to start off with, and it's like, why do you need a table specifically when you could use the ground? The ground is flat. You could use a log. You could use, I don't know. Alright. Willow tree. Let's knock it down. Get some leaves. Oh yeah, I also have the Hydrate or Diedrate mod. So thirst is a factor. Will that be enough firewood for tonight? Sun is going down real quick. I normally change the time settings. So why'd I get 2 stacks of willow? That's weird. I guess one's fresher than the other. Alright, should be enough. I'm gonna go into my little cave. Alright. Let's... just one to start with, just to keep the critters out. And where should I put my fire? I guess right here by the door isn't actually that bad. So, put down a piece of grass, put down some firewood. I really didn't need to put all of that in here just yet. A couple of sticks and some grass, make a fire starter. I always like to put that in 5 for fire. Let's go ahead and make my hay bales. That'll do. That stacks them. Okay. I'm just getting organized. That'll have to do. That'll have to do. Yeah, okay, okay. Let's... will I need to... what'd I do? Alright. Gonna want to get a bed. Straw bed. Very nice. There's no sheep around. Not that that's really a thing, but no, this is real good. Yeah, I've already got an area that I can call home for the most part. Let's get some more grass while we still have some sunshine. Because I want to make some torches. I'm just gonna make sure that there's a torch burning in my domicile as much as possible, and that will keep the drifters away. Work. The grass, got the grass. I like games that allow you to kind of, like, exist in the baser instincts, you know? Yeah, not having to do quite as much planning and responding to. Ooh. Sea berries. Oh, I like sea berries. I am going to make this bush bigger. Haha. I don't know why that works. It just does, and that is lovely. Some more grass. I'm just... Yep. Yep, there goes my knife again. Eek. Eek. This knife is not going to last long, so I'm not going to bother with the binding this time. You know, grass itself actually makes a decent binding. I could have used that. Let's see. There really isn't a good spot for me to put down a fish trap. Just, well, actually, let's do an experiment. No, I won't have enough cattails. Crud. Is there any vines? No. Just checking over here. See if there's any cracked vessels for me to loot. Yeah, that's why I like playing Malefactor the most. Aha! Or, I don't need that yet. Oh, there's another one. Farming. I'll worry about that when I have, whatchamacallit, you know, farmland. Ain't it lovely to forget? You remember that song from grade school? Boom, boom, made it great to be crazy. Yeah. That's how I feel every day. I very much want to make sure that, you know, when I have kids, I'm gonna teach them songs like that. Just absurd little ditties. Because I find it's easier to cope with the world when you just accept that absurdity is going to be a thing. Yeah, there's people who are going to act irrationally. Yeah, there's, you know, societies that are gonna be all like, you must comply or die. And it's like, oh, give me a break. How absurd. So that's why things like this, where you can just focus on the now, is really nice. There we go. Let's get some torches going. Yeah. Eat the rest of our willows. I do love the weather in this game. I love that it can be raining in one area and not in another. You can hear like rumbles of thunder in the distance. You can see you can't see it right now, but you can see like the clouds kind of mounting up the way they do in real life, and it's just real cool. I'm glad that suffocation isn't a thing. I can close up my little domicile and be like, yeah, I am safe and warm, and ain't this great? Do I have enough willow canes for another basket? I do! Huzzah! I wish you could get different colored baskets from, yeah, different, woozy wutsy. Alright, I'm just gonna save that last piece of firewood, put a torch here, put a torch right next to my bed. Oh, what time is it? It is 9 o'clock. Yes, I prefer military time. That's just the way my brain works. I hope you don't mind. Actually, there we go. I would rather not have torches where I could walk on them. It makes no difference whatsoever. That's just how I want to do it. So, put my fire starter there, and let's take a nap. Yay! Oh, this is so great. I am so happy to be playing Vintage Story with you guys. There's just so much in the world right now that's just like, oh, I just want to forget about that. And yeah, as long as we're waiting, huddled up in our, at 3 in the morning, huddled up in our little cave here. But yeah, maybe it would be fun to talk shop, I guess. I'm sure that if you're watching this on YouTube or Odysee or whatever tuber I happen to be using in the future, yeah, where was I going with this? You might have noticed all of the profile pictures of Clippy, and actually I'm planning on making the thumbnail of this video have Clippy on it rather prominently. So shout out to people out there who are involved with the Stop Killing Games movement and Right to Repair and all that good stuff. Okay, things are starting to lighten up enough, so let's just take a look. No drifters right now. And yeah, that. Pro tip, don't drink straight out of ponds if you can help it. But I do not have a way to purify my water right now, so that's just gonna have to do. I'm just gonna have to settle my stomach with some willow. Oh, I hear a wolf. It's over there somewhere, so not gonna go that way. So, yeah, my sense of direction is terrible. I might have to build some roads at some point. That is, if I survive long enough to start building roads in this area and have places to go. Oy, 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 oy. Hello, bunny rabbit. It's always a good sign when you see the bunny rabbits jumping around. Yeah, if there were birds in this game, well, actually, no, never mind. There are birds in this game. There's chickens. What am I talking about? But yeah, if you see the prey animals just kind of wandering around having a good time, that's a good sign. Yeah, in my stories, yeah, there's ouch. Yes, I did turn instability on, so that's fun. That thing made that sound. Did you hear that? That low ruffle? It like freaky. Right. I was saying that in one of my stories I'm working on that I'm gonna put it out under a pseudonym just because it has some risque themes in it, and yeah, I don't want I don't want people to think that, you know, just because the name of the author is the same as that, you know, it's gonna necessarily be the same style of writing. I'm gonna have like 2 different styles. Anyway, what am I saying? Yeah, there was a saying that I was gonna put in one of my stories that goes something like this. Yeah, the least among us is the highest anyone can aspire to be. Or the least among us is the most anyone can aspire to be. Something along those lines. And Yeah, that's very much my political philosophy nowadays. Is yeah, if if someone is starting from zero, they should at least be able to exist. You know? Yeah, I am very much an advocate for universal basic income. You know, I would like, there are people in this world who I would actually prefer it if they would just stay home and play video games, you know? Or stay home and watch TV. If that's what they really want to do with their life, more power to them. Right, I'm going to use a bit of dried grass as the binder on this one, just so that the handle doesn't fall off. More dried hay bales. More dried hay bales? Okay. It's nice that I don't have to wait for the grass to dry. I can just bale it up right away. Wouldn't that be a thing to make life harder? You know, Vintage Story is definitely not a game for kids. Minecraft's a game for kids. This is Minecraft for grown-ups. Yeah. Okay. Doing pretty well. Let's bundle all of that up. Yes, I was going to 1, 2, 3, 4, and put those away. Get some sticks. Bind those sticks together, and voila, we have a fish basket. So I am not sure if fish basket will just work in a one deep pond. We're just gonna have to see. All right, I would like to not starve, for one. Not starving is kind of the name of the game. One of these days I'm gonna try out Don't Starve Together for the first time, and I'll record that so you guys can watch me struggle. I mean, I'm not that great at Don't Starve in the first place. Oh, there's a Ceratops over there. Oh, and a couple of mammoths. Elephants, yeah. Oh my gosh, the rift activity is out of this world right now. That's kind of concerning. Yep, cave. Life is scary enough without having a society breathing down your neck. And the thing is, society is the one thing that you cannot get away from. You gotta deal with it, because human beings are social creatures. There's no escaping that. And human beings also inhabit just about everywhere they possibly can. I'm sure there's a tucked away corner somewhere that, like, nobody's lived for a while, but somebody probably lived there at some point, maybe. I don't know. I'm no expert. Don't count me as an expert on anything. I like to teach. I like to write. And as a result, I like to learn. Or I like to learn, therefore I like to teach and write. I don't know. I'm not sure what came first. It's a chicken and egg situation, really. Ooh, red currant's good to have. Alright, let's make some more of those. I'm actually going to plant those near my base. Because red currants and other bushes, very good to have. Let's see, what was it that... Which was the mod that let me cut the tops off of bushes to propagate them? I think that was the Wildcraft mod? Maybe? Question mark? I don't know. Doesn't really matter at this point. The list is in the video description. I promise I'll put it there. Yeah. Probably with links too, if I'm feeling generous. Yep, and there goes the knife again. I need better handles than sticks. Sticks break real easy. Let's get... Nice thing about hay bales, you can unbale them. Just use one. Also, did you know, those of you who actively play Vintage Story or maybe want to play Vintage Story, did you know that having something in your offhand makes your hunger go down quicker? So I should actually put this away. Yeah. Oh, need 3 more. I am hungry. Hungry, hungry, hungry. Oh. There's a piece of grass back there. Oh, bollocks. I'm not British, I just like the word bollocks. Yeah, I watched a lot of British television growing up. Yeah, Monty Python. Yeah, like, yeah, that's one that everybody, oh my. Dark really quick all of a sudden. Let us put these right here. That'll do. And I am realizing now that I need to pause because when nature calls, you gotta answer. Alrighty, I'm back. Yeah, nature just wants to check in on me, see how I'm doing, and answered, oh yeah, I'm doing all right. Yeah, told them about, some recent relationship difficulties and how that inspired probably some of my best writing that I've done in a while. One thing that's really nice about being creative is that it's a good way to process feelings about things without necessarily having to address... I must have been under a cloud or something. See the sunshine on a rainy day, or however that song goes. I hear an elephant. Yeah, so I like, the other day I wrote a speech that, is supposed to be in the 3rd book of my trilogy. And yeah, it's the protagonist who has kind of been selected for a leadership position. Yeah, I love the unwilling hero as a trope. It's very much a yeah, it's a role that I myself kind of identify with just a little bit. Oh, I'm getting cold. You see the frost around the edges? Yeah, that I should probably get someplace warm pretty soon. But yeah, the unwilling hero as a trope is just so much fun, because oftentimes they are in fact the best person for the job. I'm gonna rearrange this actually, because I would like I don't know, I'm being picky. I really need to make a shovel. A shovel would probably help me very much. It's cold! It's only like, I'm soaking wet and it's like 8 degrees Celsius out. Again, I'm not British. I like Celsius. I like the woozy wutsy. Yeah, I just like certain words. That's all. Yeah, Celsius. That's the way my brain works. I like that 0 is freezing, and that 100 is boiling. It makes a lot of sense. It's just, it's only 11 o'clock, but still. Actually, I do have some wood over here. Oops. See, that's why I like to use the hay bales. Alright. Let's warm up. Because last thing I need is to freeze to death out there. That would not be fun. Oh, I've got a bunny on my bed. See that? A little bunny over there. Ain't that cute? I hear that if you toss berries or grain at bunnies and then walk away, they'll eat it. I haven't tested it yet, so that'll be a fun experiment. Let's go ahead and make a whetstone out of this andesite. Yes, yes, lovely, lovely. I'm just gonna set that down right there. Alright, we're feeling a little bit better. I wanted to make a shovel. Shovel, shovel, shovel. And since I don't have any bones, as far as I can tell, bones are the best handle for this tool making mod. So I should instead make a handle, which perfect. I have one piece of firewood. That was, there we go. Crude tool handle. Get a handle on things. Okay, shovel. Okay, there's that. Yeah, go ahead and make some cordage for that. Yeah, that might be a good time for me to make a wattle basket. And let's get another hand basket going. Fill out this inventory. There we go. Alright. So I have a nice little basket here. Can I make another? Do I have enough to make another? I do not. I have two different kinds of... I don't know why you can't make a mixed wattle basket. That would be so great. I'm gonna put this dirt away. I don't need this dirt. There you go. Okay, it's 1 o'clock. Time to go back to it. What? I'm gonna dig out the bottom of these fish traps so they don't fill up the grass. Any fish in here yet? No, not yet. Of course. Ah! That's the problem with ground instability. You gotta be careful with stuff like this. Ah! Not what I meant to do! Waste some durability on my shovel. Alright. You go there. Go there. Not gonna worry too much about that gap there. This bugs me. Sorry, just put up with me. Just for a minute here. I kind of wish that over time, like flowing water would, like maybe change dirt to muddy gravel or something like that. That'd be really cool. I really shouldn't get too bogged down on these details, but sometimes you just gotta, for the sake of your sanity. Oop. 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 I'm stuck. I'm actually very stuck. There we go. And yeah. There we go. Boom. It's very silly. Alright. Fish basket is trying to work at least. I need... Just gonna chop down the tree. I need the firewood anyway. Oy, 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 oy. Yeah, that's one thing that, you know, yeah, it took me a while to figure out that I do have certain needs, and that if I, you know, pretend those needs don't exist, then I'm gonna have a bad time. Yeah. So, you know, just kind of gotta acknowledge the certain things that are just like, yep, this is me. I'm gonna hang on to these willow seeds, because if we start running out of willows, I'm gonna want to plant some. Because they are a decent, I'm not gonna say they're great, but they are a decent source of food. Another high priority item right now is clay. Drinking out of ponds. Yummy, yummy. Break that branch off. Alright, so kind of late in the day. I'd like to go around about that way next. So right now, I'm just gonna gather my willow. Try to keep my calorie intake up. And hope that one of my fish traps work. That would be really nice to, you know, have some fish to eat. But I am very much a fan of eating fish. Yeah, there was a time in my life that, yeah, that I was, yeah, I could never go fully vegetarian, but I could go pescatarian, where the only, yeah, animal meat I would eat was fish, and seafood. Like fish. Sashimi, in particular, like a nice hunk of just raw fish. Like, I don't even need the rice, just give me the fish. Stuff like fatty tuna. Now I'm hungry. I mean, like, real life hungry. Man, oh man, breakfast seems like a long time ago, all of a sudden. Maybe I should make myself some food after I am done playing over here. Any signs of fish in this pond yet? Maybe. Sometimes. Probably mostly in the river. Oh. Oh. What? That's no good. That's a... not a tyrannosaur, but one of its cousins. Any sign of fish? Nope. No fish. Okay. Maybe some berries? Because, you know, my teeth are feeling wiggly again. The weird feeling. That... I definitely need some vitamin C in my life. Aha! I think that, certain vegetables are supposed to be high in vitamin C as well, but I can't remember off the top of my head which ones they were. Ooh! Vines are very good to have. I very much want these in my inventory. Those are gonna stay. Ooh, this is an oak. Oak is good for tanning hides. More willow. Give me some more willow. What time is it? Around about 5 o'clock. Okay, we're gonna have to head back soon. Just gonna do one more look-see. Oh, I didn't realize it had a trunk down here. There we go. Do-do-do-do-do-do. There we go. Looking better. I would really, really like if, you know, we had a society that, you know, didn't assume that it was the individual's fault that they're struggling. My personal opinion is that if there's a problem, it's a systemic or environmental problem more often than not. And if you encounter a problem, you know, you should be looking at the systemic causes and the environmental causes. Ooh. You know what? Sure, I'll pick up the spelt. That's a lot of ripe spelt. That's great. I'm gonna have to make myself a place to grow things soon. Okay, time to head back. Alright, sense of direction. Don't fail me now. there's those sea berries there. Please tell me there's some ripe ones. Nope. Flowering, flowering. Alas. At some point... Clay! Also stay away from the piggy. Piggies get angry. No angry piggies, please. Clay, clay, clay. What am I doing? I have a shovel. Shovel! For the clay. There you go. Mammoth over there in the distance. Now, if I got really, really, really lucky, then, like a mammoth would just, like, drown in the river or something, so that I could go and collect the meats. Because mammoths are really hard to kill. Any of the big animals are hard to kill, and I forget whether I did, but I'm pretty sure that I increased the animal health. Pretty sure. Not 100% on that, so don't quote me on that. Hey! Okay, safety! Time to make some... What am I making? Probably a cooking pot, so I can actually start, like, making some water, clean water. Sorry, my dude, I did not bring any berries. Let's stack up peat right here. Why not? Right. One block is 32 peat. For Pete's sake. There you go. I wonder if he would eat willow leaves. It does count as a vegetable. I'm gonna try it. Alright. I'll walk away from him. Don't want him to be spooked. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, I need to make a cooking pot. Yep. So if you've never encountered my channel before, which since this is the first episode in this series, you know, there's a fair chance that you might be encountering me for the first time. Yeah, I've been talking about writing, and I've got a trilogy that I'm working on that I call The Death of the Soul Empire, which I think is going to be very, very fun. It's got regicide. Yeah, ain't regicide fun? So, I wonder if YouTube is gonna ding me for that. I'm not monetized, and frankly, I don't care if I'm ever monetized on YouTube. You know, with all the, you know, ID verification, whatnot lately, I'm just like, YouTube can go suck a lemon for all I care. I've got an income from other things. I've got a career that I find very fulfilling, and I don't care if I'm ever monetized. I am doing these videos for myself. You know, this is just for my own pleasure and enjoyment, and yeah, I guess for my friends. Yeah, like I would like it if my friends enjoy watching me play Vintage Story, because I think it's a really cool game. You can just go right there. You can go right here, and you know, as long as I'm at it, you might as well make the crucible. Even if you're not planning on using it right away, it's a good thing to have. There we go. Get that. And copy these layers. Yeah. So yeah, right, I was talking about the death of the Soul Empire. It's the story of a young woman in a hyper patriotic authoritarian society, and so there are these spellstones that that are used in just about every not every day. They're kind of like a high what am I trying to say? High value, high society. Like it's something the elites use. To power their everything. Their machines. I'm going to see. What's the parish speed? Oh, you're actually really good for storing stuff right now. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to do this. Make some more packed dirt. I don't like using medium fertility soil for making packed dirt, but it is what it is. I want to get this rock out of the way and get my stash of firewood going. What else am I doing? So yeah, there's this young woman in this authoritarian society. She's like not lower class. Like she's kind of she's like upper middle class. Her family is the anchor family for an area, meaning they have to uphold the rules of the society, that have been passed down from the from the people in charge, who are just like, one thing I should do, just so that my torches don't burn out. One thing I should do, bonk, and bonk, and bonk, and bonk. There we go. If you cycle them out, they won't burn out as quick. So, the best word I have for anchor families is they are the tattletales of the society. They are the ones who will report to the people in charge. So-and-so is keeping unauthorized animals, just as an example. Or so-and-so is, probably a witch. And they need to be, have their eyes poked out with a hot poker so that, they can't do their witchery stuff, which turns out is a real thing. Because these spellstones, in addition to being able to move by themselves, are actually moving very purposefully towards a specific person. And when they reach that person, they transfer a power to them, let's say. Now, I'm not going to go into the details of exactly how this works, but, trust me that I have thought this over very carefully, and there is a logic to it. But they end up getting certain powers. And they're these guys who show up at their inn, because the only way they can have an inn is if they're the anchor family. So it's their source of income. It's they are a pillar of the community, and she comes downstairs one day, and there's these guys there who are just like, well, we need room and board, but all we have to pay with is one of these spell stones. And it turns out it's her spellstone, and when she touches it, she gets she doesn't notice right away, but she definitely gets the witchy powers. So that's fun. And oh man, like, I really don't want to give away spoilers, because the whole point of this story, the whole thing that I'm trying to build up to here is that she ends up being the unwilling hero. She ends up having to take responsibility after the Empire has fallen, and she needs to be there to pick up the pieces, because she's really the only one available with the skill set. What I was talking about earlier with the elephant drowning in the river, that might actually happen right now. Oh my. You okay, bud? He's okay. I need more food. Always. Always food. Now and forever. One thing I should probably do is make some, make an area that I can make better dirt. So yeah, here's what I'm gonna do. One of the mods I added, I forget which one. I forget what it's called, I mean. Right, I turned instability on. Crud. I did not mean to throw the dirt in the water. Okay. Change of plans. So, you know how when a wildfire sweeps through an area, it kind of fertilizes the ground with the... Who's calling me? It's always when I'm recording. And it's always an unknown number. I do not answer unknown numbers. Here's a friendly reminder. Make sure you're on the do not call list. And if you get calls anyway, there's scam baiters out there you can give the number to. Are you gonna go in my little cave? Here, let me open up the way for you. Go on, little bunny. Go on. You can go. Go on. Go in the little cave. You're all right. It's safe in there. Go on, bunny. There it goes. Haha. I now have 2 bunnies. I should get some berries to throw in there. Yeah, I'm also gonna... Oh, there's so much to do. And I was still talking about my story and getting distracted. Yeah, I'm just really excited about the speech I wrote. I'm really excited about the story, and I really want to share it with people. It's not in a state that would be interesting right now, other than hearing me ramble nonsensically and distractedly. I don't think that's what people want right now. I think the best thing for me to do is just be like, hey, buy my book when it's out, and leave it at that. Oh dear. Oh dearie me. And this is why I have so few subscribers. Because I am a derp who derps while derping. Clear out this area. Alright. So here's... Actually... Yeah, we're just gonna put it up here. I don't care if I'm covering up grass. It really doesn't matter that much. But yeah, taking some of this medium fertility soil, putting it on an area that is not going to catch on fire, because I really don't want this to become a wildfire. I'm just going to let it sit there and get a bunch of grass on it. If there was like a nearby area that was just like a hill that I was pretty sure it would be contained, like that would be one thing, but I really don't want to burn down the forest. That is a no bueno situation. But I also want high fertility soil. Or, oh yeah, eating. That's a thing. Just like in real life. I forget to eat. I get so sucked into things that I forget what I'm doing. And that is... Ah, right. I need to make a pit kiln. That's what I really need. Because the sooner I can get a pit kiln going, the better. Hello, bunnies. I'm home. Da, da, da. I do not have a lot of room for things. Throw the hay in there. Hey, hey, hey! Yep. No. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? I don't know. I am being a derp. There we go. Close that up. Red clay jug in here, and a bowl, and a cooking pot, and the crucible. All very good things to have. Go ahead and get out some of this grass, throw that in there, get the sticks, throw that in there, and peat. That's what I need. My kingdom for a door. I should probably just leave the peat out here, but that's fine. That's fine. Alright. Kiln is a go. Fantastic. And, more grass? Actually, no, I should not. I should drink and eat. Ugh. This pond water makes my stomach turn. Please, fish. Please, fish. The problem with willow leaves is they don't provide a lot of nutrition, like, at all. So that's a problem. I should make myself a... whatchamacallit, a raft. So that I can raft away on things. Any fish? Fish? No fish. Just because it bugs me. Just because it bugs me. The things I do for the sake of my brain pan. There we go. Gotta make the brain pan happy, because if you're not making thunder, that must be a big storm coming. That's not a great sign. Oh, boo on you. Actually, I want the medium dirt there. There you go. There you go. More packed soil, packed dirt, whatever. Please berries. Please berries. I'm gonna go this way. See if I... As long as I stay near the river, I shouldn't get too lost. Because that would be a pain to get lost in this game. Raspberry bush. Raspberry bushes are great. Oh, yeah. Alright, get that going. That's nice. I really want some dwarf pine. Because dwarf pine is really good because the pine cones stay fresh for a very, very long time. It's only about noon. Berries. Berries. Horsetails are nice for making bandages. Bandages are nice for not dying. Oh, worm. Worms are great. At least worms, they don't expire. Oh. Mesrion. Blech. Yeah, because, look at the tooltip on that. Minus 24 hit points. Blech. Yucky berries. Awful. Chanterelle. Those are good. I'm gonna have a cooking pot soon, so those are gonna be really nice to have. Alright. We're getting. We're slowly getting established. And yeah, I've got a few tips and tricks up my sleeve, so that's nice. I had this awesome idea to make, the world from my trilogy, which, working title is The World of Wandering Stones, and the trilogy is The Death of the Soul Empire, of course, which, I don't think I'm gonna change that. Not unless somebody's got an issue with, like, the name of the empire, which, like, I really like the wordplay of the title. That's, because, for one, it's the only empire in, the only empire in the known world. And, like, the trilogy is about the fall of an empire, so the death of the Soul Empire, like, that, I hope, will make people very excited. I know I'm excited. My cooking pot's probably not going to be ready by now. Let's put these red currant bushes away in ground where they can grow. That'll be a nice thing. Yeah, it's still going. Okay. Okie dokie. Slowly getting established. We're okay, folks. We're okay. Just gotta remind ourselves of that. It's very easy to kind of get lost in the whole I'm not safe mindset. Yeah. Or at least, yeah, that's how it is for me. You know, like, there might be someone out there who is just like, what are you talking about? You know, like, one of my Delver videos, I talked about generational trauma, and the Death of the Soul Empire is definitely a story of generational trauma. Yeah, you've got a mother who is very much under tremendous pressure to perform and get her family to perform. Yeah, for the whims of the Empire, and she's putting pressure on her daughters. You know, she's got 3 of them. Yeah, the father died tragically, and you could say that it's the Empire's fault. I mean, he was conscripted to help dig out this massive tunnel through a mountain range. Not just a mountain, but a mountain range. And, you know, yeah, when stuff collapses or there's a gas leak, there are casualties. He just happened to be one of them, and of course they're not apologetic. What empire would be apologetic about, you know, the death of one of the peons? Hi, bunnies. I'm gonna do my best to actually feed them and let them hang out in here. Would you eat a mushroom? Probably not. They probably want berries. Okay. Alright, so this can go in here. I don't want to eat the mushrooms before cooking them, but sometimes dig we must. And it might be about time to call it. Well, it's only 3 o'clock. Let's just finish out this day, and then, yeah, and then get back to it at a later date. So, another basket. Basoket. Yeah, put some seeds in there. Those are good. I'm hanging on to the willow seeds, and you're gonna see why, because it's gonna come up. I'm sure of it. But there's a reason I'm gonna keep certain things in my inventory indefinitely. Open water all around it. Okay, like, supposedly it should be working. I haven't heard those wolves in a while. Also, I want to get that farming vessel, wherever that was. Gotta eat another mushroom. Okay, let's pick up some more willow, actually. Yep. Oh, hello there. actually get some more black currants going. You know what? This is gonna be a bush area. Well, it's not gonna let me. Let me go there. There you go. Generational trauma is very close to my heart. Like, I'm not gonna go into details. Like, this is not the place for me to be airing out dirty laundry. But I've been doing a lot, and I mean a lot of, I guess research is the best word for it. Like, a lot of keeping my ear to the ground for new new ways of thinking about generational trauma. Yeah, it very much touches. Ooh, yeah, society is the way it is right now because of generational trauma. Yeah, you've got people reacting, sometimes in unhealthy ways. Fine. To that's the ore. I don't want that. You've got people reacting to things, and they think they're reacting to just one thing, but what they're reacting to is you know, they not only are they reacting to whatever's in front of them at any given moment, they are also reacting to the things that have happened to them and the things that have happened to the people who raised them. Yeah, like, hang-ups are absolutely 100% passed down from caregiver to child. I'm not going to say parent to child because, yeah, it's very much a learned thing. And granted, I will give you that. Ooh, bunchberries. Bunchberries are good. Eat those bunchberries. Nom 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 nom. Yeah, it's very much a learned thing. Yeah, if you see your parent being afraid of something, you are more likely to be afraid of that thing. And there, you know, while there are, you know, stuff, like, there are studies that show that, like, a parent, or sorry, specifically a mother who is afraid of a certain smell, is likely to pass on that fear of that certain smell to her offspring. But that also happens behaviorally as well. You've got, and think of all the time in history and just how much crap there is that our ancestors dealt with. Because, newsflash, we are still dealing with them, and will continue to deal with them until like, active healing needs to happen, and unfortunately there's more stuff happening than we have time to heal from. And that's how do I put this? There are people out there who created systems based, probably unconsciously, on their own hang-ups. Yeah, you've got people who believe, the whole insider-outsider dynamic, where it's like, if you are not of my tribe, then you are evil and awful and must be destroyed. And there are people out there who are actively trying to fight against that. Or there are sometimes people who are inactively trying to fight against that. And if that sounds like it makes no sense, I recommend looking up the technique of passive resistance. Here, you guys, there's a couple of berries there for you. Go eat them. Go eat the berries. Right? You gonna eat the berries? Please? Oh, man, just gotta be real quiet. Yeah, like, take these bunnies, for example. They are prey animals, and for generations and generations, any animal that was as big as me, was probably going to try and eat them. There we go. I think he just... There we go. Just had to get far enough away. And... Oh, he didn't eat them. At least he's not freaking out anymore. And, it takes a while to unprogram that. I really wish that I was more articulate in such things. Which is one reason why I do these Let's Plays. Okay, fine. If you guys aren't gonna eat them, I'll eat them. Nom. And, it would be really nice to live in a world where those defense mechanisms are not necessary. There we go. Get those wattles in there. That feels a lot better. Okay, what time is it? 8 o'clock? I think that's a good place to stop. Sun is setting. There's a storm rolling in. I have a whole bunch of willow leaves. I'm sitting pretty. I think I will call it here. I hope you all have a wonderful day. I hope you enjoyed watching me play and ramble, and I look forward to I look forward to doing this again. Okay. Bye. Hee 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 hee.